Love is the opening door. Love is what we came here for. No one could offer you more. Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen?
You know that frog thing we did a couple of weeks ago? Well, I got a different thing going on, but we'll get through it. Okay, I got my stuff. All right, got my chalk. Glasses just in case. Good morning. All right. In the tradition of the church calendar, the third Sunday in Advent is often called Rose Sunday. And if your minister is named Rose, she gets a day off. So Rose Sunday, because it represents a lightening of the dark violet of the rest of the penitential season of Advent. And this lightning has 2 points of significance. One is that of a greater light shining through the violet to reveal the rose tint signifying the coming of the light. And see, we've got the rose-colored candle this week. And the other is a lightening or a lifting of the mood as we get, more excited about the season. And it's for which reason that the church has traditionally ascribed this Sunday to the quality of joy or love. The rose color expresses the joy of recognition, the recognition of the one who shines from beyond the violet, who is the messenger of light. And it is also known as Gaudete Sunday, a day of rejoicing in the Lord. And we all do add that lot, rejoicing. We like rejoicing. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. So joy in knowing that you are unconditionally loved, that no thing, not nothing, no thing, sickness, failure, distress, oppression, war or death can take that away. Joy can be and is present even in the midst of sadness. Pope Francis referred to the Sunday of Joy in his 2014 talk, saying that instead of fretting about what hadn't been done in preparation for Christmas, people should think of all the good things that life has given them instead and be in gratitude. And we have a little video, please. And I'll step down so you can see it. You might have seen this on Facebook lately. I don't know if it has sound.
I'm alive.
It does.
I'm alive.
Can we have the lights down a bit? Thank you, man.
I'm alive! I'm alive!
Yeah?
Yeah! Yeah! Hey, Christine! You're here too! I love you!
I know.
Dad, what's happening?
Honey, the power works! It goes on and off whenever we want! We've got clean water! Oh, that's great. Look at that. Ooh. I bet I know what this does. Bring down the glorious water. Shoes. Oh, what do we got here, guys? Food. I love food. What? A birthday? You gonna have work? What's in here? Feed? The what?
Jack, be careful!
Oh, I have a car! Did you guys see this?
Yeah, you have a car!
A car!
And don't forget your coffee.
You're the best.
And that's simple, to be grateful for what you already have. And I like the coffee. I like that coffee best. Have you seen that poem on Facebook? It's going, the poem of the morning. Coffee, 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 shut up. Coffee, 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 coffee. Revelations, oh boy, we're going into the deep stuff now. Revelations chapter 1, verse 8. I am the Alpha and the Omega, says the Lord God, who is, who was, and who is to come, the Almighty. So what do you do with a story that gets repeated and told year after year, over and over again, the same times, same songs, same themes? Well, hopefully I can put a little twist on that and bring it to consciousness in a different way, because it's me. You know, I don't do things the ordinary way. So we have the Christ child, born in a stable, placed in a manger, adored by his earthly parents and a heavenly host, visited by wise men and shepherds and guarded by a star. What's not to love about this story? Nothing. It's simple and it's beautiful. So why have we mislaid the meaning? How did we generally get so caught up in being frantic instead of peace? How come stress over the dinner, the visitors, the presents, the cleaning, the decorations, the parties, the food, more food, and just one more present, and the credit card debt, and to create the perfect illusion of just one day, and not the truth of perfect peace? We get so caught up in this Publix advert. You know what I mean? So what if we took a collective breath of contentment? Come on, breathe with me. Wow, I've got my life already. It's fabulous. I have the gifts. I already have family and friends and coffee, and I have a car to drive, and I have coffee. And, you know, it's just, let's be grateful for the moment. You're here having fun, and we have special people, and it's wonderful. So allow the sacredness of a holy moment and recognize the Christ in each of you. There's a British Christmas song called Mistletoe Wine, and I'm not going to sing it because it's by my favorite singer, and I'd just ruin it. And some of the lyrics include, the old is past, there's a new beginning. And yet we have a new beginning in every moment. It's a time to rejoice in the good that we see. There's loads of good out there. There really is. It's a time for living and a time for believing, a time for trusting and no more deceiving. Love and laughter and joy ever after. It's ours for the taking. Just follow the master. Listen, we've got a twist on words here. This is good. It's a time for giving and a time for getting, a time for forgiving and a time for forgetting. Because Christmas is love and Christmas is peace and a time for hating and fighting to cease. So if every day was Christmas Day and we felt unconditional love for everybody, we wouldn't have a war. Done. On December the 24th, 1914, during World War I, the men in the trenches heard something unusual, singing. And on that crisp, clear morning, thousands of British, Belgian and French soldiers put down their rifles, stepped out of the trenches and spent Christmas mingling with their German enemies along the Western Front. In the 102 years since World War I started, the event has been seen as a kind of miracle, a rare moment of peace just a few months into a war that would eventually claim over 15 million lives. When do we say no? When do we say no more? If we can claim peace for a moment, why not forever? So if anybody of you have been in Prosperity Plus, you'll know this story. Mary Morrissey tells a story about a monastery and the monks that had lived there for many years. In the past, it had been a thriving community with many initiates, and the locals would come and picnic in the beautiful grounds, and there was healing and life. But as the years passed, the beauty faded, and the monks were old and gradually dying off. No one came to picnic anymore, and no young men came to join the order. The monks were troubled because they didn't want their order to die, and they were desperately thinking of ways to bring back new life and vigor, and to see the order thrive again. They knew that a rabbi often came to pray in the woods, so one of the brother monks had the idea to visit and to ask the rabbi if he had any insight to their plight. A different perspective, perhaps. The Father Abbot duly went to the hut where the rabbi prayed and asked to speak with him. They chatted for a long time and prayed together, but no ideas came. At last, the abbot took his leave and thanked the rabbi for his time and wished him well. The rabbi answered that it had been his pleasure, and he was sorry that he hadn't been more help, and called after, and began to close the door. Then he popped his head out again and called after the father, "Oh, by the way, one of you is the Messiah." The Father Abbot wasn't sure whether he'd heard correctly and spun round to ask the rabbi to repeat himself. "One of you is the Messiah," he responded, and closed the door. The abbot was dumbfounded. How could one of them be the Messiah? That was impossible, wasn't it? He took the idea back to the monks, and they too were a bit flabbergasted. But the idea took root. They wondered if it were true. Was it possible that one of them could be the Messiah? And if so, which one was it? They thought about the virtues and the idiosyncrasies of each other and realized that if one of them really were the Messiah, they would act differently. They would be more loving and respectful to each other. Their prayers would have life and joy. So they began to practice love. And it wasn't long before they noticed that a family came to picnic in the overgrown grounds. The locals began to come back and took it upon themselves to restore the gardens. And then one day a young man asked if he could be considered to become an initiate. And that led to more inquiry. And the monastery and the community began to thrive once more. They treated everyone as if they were the Messiah, and that love spread far and wide. So what if one of us was the Messiah? What would you do? What if you were the Messiah? I'm just saying. So remember, there's no limit in miracles. The word water does not make it wet. Think about the word water does not make it wet. So if you've ever gone sliding and slipping and skating on ice, you walked on water. Has many forms. It can be steam, it can be fluid, it can be ice. So the example that we read in the Bible is that of an innocent baby, born without sin, a special child, born to save us all, the only begotten Son, the chosen one, the essence of God who wished to express the Christ in human form of Jesus. Our way shower. But there are other very special children who also come into this world to share their unconditional love with us and teach us differently. These children, I believe, have a unique, deep, and profound wisdom that we don't always understand. I think they have an access to a holy portal that we either deny or can't fathom for ourselves. A couple of years ago, I was invited to attend a Christmas nativity concert at the First Assembly of God in Cocoa. This is a function whose entire cast are people of all ages with special needs. It is the most genuine performance I have ever seen. Everyone is excited to dress up, to be the focus of positive attention, to share their music and song and reenact the holy story. It's fun, it's chaotic, it's exciting, and it's God in action with no one left behind. So I asked my friend Felicia to be with us today and tell us a bit more, and she's going to be singing for us in a minute. So come on up, honey. Can I have a mic, please? Thank you. Thank you. Am I on? Okay, hang on, I've got to read that bit. Can we swap? You need your cell phone? Hello? So how many years have you been involved with the concert?
Almost 10.
Almost 10. Okay. So you were just a young little thing when you started.
Yes.
So when do you start rehearsing?
We started in September.
September. Okay. So you're word perfect by Christmas. So I know that you are very active in the community. You work in a school as an aide, and what else do you do in the school?
I do a lot of running around for the teachers.
Running around for the teachers. And when everybody has a cold, what do you get?
I get whatever they have.
Don't you go and buy everybody hand sanitizer?
Yes.
And I know you come to the gym because I see you working out, and you bowl.
Yes, I do.
Are you a better bowler than your mother?
Let's not go
She's not
there.
here. She's not here. So you bowl and you play volleyball?
Yes.
Okay, and this is all for Special Olympics?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And is there anything else that you do?
I ride the Scats bus.
Yeah, I know, I got to that. You know the SCAT bus timetable by heart and the travel that way most of the time, right?
Yes.
Okay, and aren't you on the board of the SCAT people?
Yes, I am.
Space Coast
Area Transit.
Area Transit, so the buses, and you're on the board. Cool. And this girl does not get ripped off in the shops. She is great at math, and she knows what change you should get, really. She's way better than I am. She knows that's the wrong change. So you're also a spokesperson for the Brevard County Sheriffs?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Didn't you go to the King Center and speak with the cops on stage?
No, I didn't.
I'm going to have a word with your mother about that.
Okay, go for it.
So is there anything else that you would like the people to know about your community?
Well, we have 8 special gatherings.
You have special gatherings, of which I have flyers. I have lots of flyers here to give out. And let me turn the page.
Okay.
So I know where I am. Okay, so when is the concert?
The concert is this Friday night at 7 o'clock,
And that's December the 16th.
December the 16th, at Cocoa First Assembly of God.
The First Assembly of God on US 1, and that's like north of the Beeline, diagonally from Lazy Boy.
Yes.
Okay, and if you have to get there really early.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can get a seat.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to put, oh, there it is, up there. See, look, we've got a picture and we've got the address.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So you're going to sing for us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, would you like me to stay on stage with you, or you okay by yourself?
I would like you to stay on stage with me.
Okay, and can we join in on the second verse?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, does everybody know Away in the Manger? All right. So have you got it ready? Okay. All right, take it away, honey. Let the music start.
No crib for a bed. The little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the sky looked down where he laid. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay. Following, the baby awakes. The little Lord Jesus, no crying he makes. I love the Lord Jesus, look down from the sky and stay by my cradle till morning is nigh. Hear me, Lord Jesus, I ask thee to stay. Love me forever and love me, I pray. Bless all the dear children in thy tender care, and fit us for heaven, then live with thee there.
Thank you so much, Felicia. Thank you. All right, okay. So, wasn't that fun? You sang so well, they might ask you back. I'm just saying. So, in the style of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, may I wish you from my family to your family a very, very happy Christmas.